What's up, cunt?
Nothing. Literally nothing. I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about. I hope you've got stuff. Nothing's happened to me.
Well, what a coincidence. Today we're going to talk about League. That's all you've
Oh!
fucking done all week.
I think that constitutes as nothing, but sure. Okay.
It's a cancer that's taken over the server.
Alright, so what do you want to start?
I actually don't want to start. I just wanted to bring that up because I knew exactly what you'd done all week.
Yeah.
And it is actually scary because I've like hardly fucking seen you all week in the server, which coincidentally correlates with you starting to play League again.
I have no response. I have no defense.
Yeah, like you were more responsive when you were playing World of Tanks, but fuck me.
Yeah, because I just get World of Tanks games are only like 5-10, so it's fairly easy to manage, like between games and so. Yeah. Um. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not just League. For the first time, I mean, this is going to sound anathema to you, because I know you take your girls front line very seriously.
I
But
I
like,
don't think I do, but
well, okay, you I think you'll.
grass is always greener on the other side, I guess.
Yeah, I think you'll understand what I mean when I elaborate, which is like, I don't. I've for the kind of like the first time, I've been going really hard on a gacha during an event. During there's an event on. It's basically the Russian ships have been added,
Yeah.
and yeah, for the first time,
I
I've
don't
actually
know how
just
the I honestly don't know how the fuck that's working though. Like when you realize how shit the Soviet Navy was before like the 1950s.
yeah. Luckily, it doesn't follow real life analogs to kill count and shit like that. So,
Oh, I mean, they have great kill counts. It's just all friendly fire.
but yeah, like, so I've actually just been playing, like, yeah, on the time of not been playing League, I've just been actually just playing as a lane for like an hour or two a day. It's yeah, and then it's studies as well because
Life's catching up
um
to you.
well, yeah, all right, I'll talk a little bit about this, but basically for the past 5-6 years, academically, I've not been doing too great. Like burnout, like I've always been on the back foot. I've always been behind. I've always not been doing well. Like during my last years of high school, they weren't great. And so for the first time in quite a while, okay, so I need I may have talked about this a bit because I did the university talk last episode, but
You did?
um, just like basically I need it's distinction, merit, and pass, but you can just think of it as ABC. And I need 15 A's and 30 B's to get into university. And I've done 12, credits so far. And I have 12 A's already, and still 33 to go. So I've already reached, or have nearly reached the high level marks that I need to get. So I've already done the coursework and whatever for a bunch of other assignments that have been looked over by my teachers and shit, and they look to be quite good. So what I'm trying to say is, like, for the first time in a while, I'm actually doing pretty good at my education, and I'm actually really close getting into uni. So yeah, it's like just really doing that, playing games. But that's it. That's all. And I applied for my driver's license, but that's it. I've not really done anything else. How about you?
Um, Good question. What have I done in the past 2 weeks? I don't know. Work's been just fucking busy because everyone's been off and shit's hitting the fan.
Corona Chan has visited New Zealand, hasn't
Oh,
it?
that yeah, we've now got 2 confirmed cases, and yeah, I've been not corona. Um,
Are you sure about that?
yes. And yeah, everyone's been going into a fucking panic.
Yeah.
If you've been on the Discord, link in the description below. I've posted like fucking the things that happen when I'm there. We sold a pallet of hand sanitizer overnight.
So how much is in a pallet?
A pallet, so it's 1 liter bottles. There's about 12 bottles to a box, about 10 boxes to a layer. So it's 120. 5 layers to a pallet. So 600 bottles in the span of like 12 hours.
Fuck me. 1 liter as well. That's a lot of like hand sanitizer.
Oh, dude, people wanted like 5 liter bottles, but apparently the thing that we have called sanitizer that's 5 liters isn't like hand sanitizer. It's like floor cleaner that's turned up to 11.
Right. Huh.
Don't get that on your hands.
Oh yeah, we've got the bleach at least. Just fucking put the bleach on. I'll kill any germs. It'll work.
No one's buying the gloves though, and we don't sell face masks. But apparently, face mask hoarding is a serious fucking issue. Apparently, a guy I know who's doing like medical, not studies, but like he's in med school. I'm assuming in Australia. Apparently, like some of the practices are having to pay like 25 times as much for face masks because cunts keep fucking hoarding them and buying them up.
Jesus.
So, you know, the getting close to American prices. Yeah, so beyond that, that's the work related stuff. Just playing more shit. I finished Doom. I didn't finish it, but I gave up on Sekiro.
Oh yes, I did see this.
Game too hard for me. And I started playing Nier Automata.
Oh. Okay.
Because that's low key, that was one of the reasons why I went into upgrading the PC as well.
Yeah.
Because when it came out, I was looking at the specs and I was like, oh, not on this machine. So I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, saying, forgetting that part, but going, I'll get it when it's on discount. And lo and behold, last week, it went on discount.
Are you enjoying it?
I am. It's much easier than Sekiro. And Jesus fucking Christ, her ass. Like, you laugh, but fucking, you know, the game's been out 2-3 years now. It came out 2017, I think.
Yeah.
In that time, I've seen, you know, all the fucking fan art. I've seen all the, you know, the GIFs and screen captures and whatever the fuck have you.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare to actually having it.
How much of that is the game? Like of you liking the game, how much of it is 2B's ass?
I don't know. It's fun to beat the shit out of things and not really think about it too much, so that's kind of cathartic. The only way to really know is wait until the footage makes it into the podcasts.
All right.
Because, you know,
All right.
that's backlogged out the arse. I've got the entirety of Doom. I've got the rest of Sekiro. I've got Evenical when I finally get around to editing that. Which I'm only like 3 hours done out of 60 hours of footage. So I really
Wait, 60? Shit.
I don't know, how much game time do I have on it? I want to search. Fuck this news. 97 hours of playtime.
Fuck.
And yeah, as I've got all. There's a good chance a lot of that's just not a lot, maybe like 20-30% is just like the game being idle, it not being recorded, and me fucking off to go do something else.
But I mean, still, like, even only 50% of that is still a good 10-15 episodes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, at the same time, like, I compress the fuck out of the gameplay. Like, it's normally like 6 to 9 hours of gameplay per podcast.
Oh, right. So you actually edit it.
Well, I have to edit it twice, kind of. Like, there's a whole bunch of passive editing I'm doing where it's just putting fucking. What did I use? I think I used Mike Ashley's face for the censorship. So I'm going through and like doing that passively when I remember to, so that then I have all this like clean footage I can use.
Mike
and then
Ashley's
can
face.
press. Hang on, I have to go down to the folder because it's got the templates. Because I'm probably using one of the most ass backwards ways of fucking editing it, where basically because all the nudity is, you know, CGs, I just screenshot the CG, go into GIMP, make like a layer that's just the censorship, and then put it on top of the video.
Yeah. Wait, Sekiro has nudity?
No, Evenical.
Oh, right, of course.
Let's finish. Fuck me. No, it's this folder. Oh no, I'm using Happy Camper.
No.
I'll just give you the screenshot of the PNG folder.
Right.
So you can just imagine what's going on behind me.
This is like, do you remember those threads? I mean, they might still be going, but the threads of like the bubbling, where there'd be like women in bikinis and whatever, but they'd use the bubbles. It's just like that, where you just fill in the blanks.
It was so fucking good too, though.
What?
Oh, the bubbling.
Oh, right.
It was hold on. I don't know if that's still viable these days. Like, how many people are still using Facebook? Because that was the thing. It was like 90% of fucking the bubbling was like that. A bunch of fucking nerds at college just stalking Facebook and like, hey, this girl goes to my fucking lecture. Can you fucking bubble that? Oh, he's gone. And he's back again. Is he? Yes.
I'm actually fucking retarded. I am the biggest fucking retard.
We know.
Fuck. You know, on Discord. You know, on Discord desktop.
Yes.
I saw on the top right the little green, well, the update icon. And I was just like, oh shit, I haven't updated, so I just clicked it, and then obviously Discord just fucking shut down. And I was just staring at my screen like, why the fuck am I like this?
Oh, I had the same issue last night. I was like, Chrome needed to update, and I was just listening to music, and I was like, if I update it, the music's gonna stop, and that'll be inconvenient to my life. I
Like a
eventually,
30-second update.
I eventually, no, not even 30 seconds, probably like 5.
Right.
I eventually did update after like 4 hours of putting it off. But I don't know how much of that did you hear before you were a retard.
Oh no, I was a retard in like the silence. So like that's why I was looking at my screen more intently. Just I was just waiting for you to continue.
Okay.
Apparently 41 people have died in Italy in just 24 hours. Oof. Oh shit, it's reached Iceland.
Is Madagascar still safe?
That's Greenland, remember? It's Greenland and Madagascar, not Iceland. Probably. I mean, I don't even think I don't even think Chinks want to go to Madagascar. Who the fuck wants to go to Madagascar?
Chinks are probably one of the few people that want to go to Madagascar.
Elaborate.
Come on, you, Mr. Totally not aware.
Yeah, I know.
Studied Chinese business, must know about like Chinese investment.
Yeah, the massive amount of development money in fucking Africa, neo-colonialism and all that shit. I know about that, but still, Madagascar, I mean, come on. Like, still.
You know, you can evade child labor laws by employing lemurs. It's great.
Oh. But yeah, I don't have anything to talk about.
No, did anything happen? We haven't talked about Mike Ashley and.
Oh
North
yeah,
FC.
Football corner. Something big did happen. Did happen. Oh, all right. I haven't brought up football or anything in a while.
Okay. Right. What huge thing happened in football?
Newcastle are in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup.
Now, so the FA Cup is the big deal one that's localized entirely in the UK.
Right? Yes. Specifically England and 2 Welsh teams.
Are they token Welsh teams or are they actually good?
They're the best Welsh teams. So basically, yeah, so as you know, like a lot of sporting things,
I don't.
The United Kingdom is split up into, you'll typically have the English team, the Welsh team, Scottish team, and Northern Irish team, right?
Mm.
So English football, like the Premier League and all that, that's English. It's not Scottish or Welsh. But obviously, the other countries are shit compared to us, right? In the money, and the players, and all that. So the big Welsh teams are like, fuck this. Why am I going to play in the backyard Welsh league? That's probably like, I don't know, 50th in the world, when I could play in the Premier League, which is the best in the world. So that's what they do. They like the big. So it's the 2 biggest cities, Cardiff and Swansea, and they're just like, we're good. We're in the FA. We're not in the Welsh FA. We're in the FA. It's kind of like that thing with all international stamps have to have the nation's name on it, on the stamp, except the British. Okay, well, okay, here's the fact, right? all international stamps have to have the country of the name on it, except the United Kingdom, because we were the first people to use stamps. So, British stamps just have the Queen's head. And it's the same way, do you know how everyone has, like, .co.uk, there's, .co.nz? Well, you guys, I think you just use it .nz, isn't it?
No,
and all that.
We use .co.nz.
Right, yeah. So
Like,
yeah, but like,
Mega is just a beautiful exception.
right. Well, but in the US they just use .com because they made it, so they get the one without the country name in it.
To be honest, I think if you tried to convince them to just switch to like .co.usa, Americans would be so fucking for it.
Probably, yeah. No. But then you've got like, but it'll be more words and more letters.
Yeah, but it'll be patriotism.
Yeah. Just every at the end of every URL, it's just USA.
Yeah, 3 times as well. The whole 9 letters.
Well, register and vote. Votes.USA. Fuck, that would draw people in. You can't lie.
It would make for like catchy advertising. I'm sure marketing teams would have a lot of fun with it.
Anyway, sorry. So football. Yeah. So the FA Cup. Okay, it's been a while since we talked about football, so I'll just refresh people.
Previously on North FC.
So in American sports, you have the season, and then typically the top half of the teams that finish top half do playoffs, and it's a knockout tournament. In football, the season each wins have points, and at the end of the season, the team with the most points, i.e., the most wins the league, wins the trophy. There's no knockouts, but we have what's referred to as cup competitions, and they happen throughout the season, like during the season, and they are essentially kind of playoff things. They are knockout tournaments, and the last team standing wins. There's a couple. The 2 big ones, I would say, apart from technically the Champions League and stuff, the 2 worth knowing are the French one, the forgive me, Sleepy, but the Coupe de France, and there's 2 French ones. Like there's 2 English ones as well. You've got the League Cup as well. Actually, long-time viewers of the podcast will remember in one of our first episodes I talked about that goalkeeper who refused to come off.
Yes.
That was in the final of the League Cup. Not the FA Cup, but the League Cup, which is the second cup in England. But yeah, so the Coupe de France is notable in the sense that it has an insane amount of teams in it. Something like 10,000 teams. And it's from all over the colonies as well, like France's old colonies. So you'll get teams from like fucking Barbados. Actually, no, Barbados is British, but I don't know, French Guiana and shit like that. And Antigua and all that.
Tahiti.
Yeah,
Algeria,
shit like that.
Vietnam.
No, I think it's one. I think it's one still owned by the French, sadly.
We can change it. We can add
The
more
Ho Chi
teams.
And the FA Cup is notable in like many things in Britain, is that it's the oldest. But it also goes pretty low down. So like if you the British, like the English Football Association is the reason I was bringing up stamps, right? I have to backtrack on the tangent. The reason I was bringing up stamps is because all football associations have to have the nation that they represent. So you've got, the DFB is the German Football Association, the Welsh Football Association, and like the US, US Football Association. And but in England we just have the FA because we made it first. We made the rules, so it's not the English Football Association. It's just the Football Association. Okay, I just had to clarify that. They run this cup competition, so you have it's a pyramid structure with tiers, and so you have what's referred to as the league, and the league is actually what an American would call 4 leagues. There's 4 divisions. Of 20, 24, 24, 24. So what's that? 92 teams total, I think.
96.
72. Yeah, 92.
Wait, I thought you said 24.
It's 20, 24, 24, 24. So the Premier League has 20, and then the 3 ones under that have 24 each.
Okay.
So yeah, and they don't have like parallel leagues, so it doesn't go like the top tier has 1 league and then the second tier has 2 leagues and all that. It's just 4. So that's where you get promoted and relegated. So it'd be really easy if it was just like in Japan or fucking Spain or fucking Germany or Italy, where it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you did really shit in 1, you get relegated to 2. Now we call them Premier League, Championship, League 1, and League 2. So League 1 is actually the 3rd division, and League 2 is actually the 4th division. But yeah, so they're just like 1 in each category. And then you have, okay, let me see if my football manager knowledge comes in. You then have the Vanarama Premier League, which is the 5th division. And this is referred to as non-league football. So, it's not, oh, for fuck's sake, league. Fuck off. Alright, so I've just got to close this down. I'm getting noise from it. And then it's split on the 6th tier, it splits into 2. So you got the Vanarama North and the Vanarama South. And then it'll go to like Northeast, Northwest, Midlands, and then it'll be like city leagues, and then it'll be like county leagues, and then town city leagues, and then district leagues and shit like that. But theoretically, if you like, I don't think it's the same in other countries, but let's say you went to your local town, right? And you volunteered to I want to play football, and you joined a club. Really, just amateur. You probably have to pay to play. You probably pay a fee to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just up against other amateurs.
Yes.
That is in England. That you are on the tier system. And if you do well enough, you'll get promoted up. So any team, you could make it you could make a team with your friends, and theoretically, if you just kept winning and winning and winning and kept getting promoted and stuff, you could become a professional team. It's not that simple, and I won't bother explaining it because no one cares. Literally, no one who's listening to this cares. They're probably already bored. But theoretically, you could just keep winning and getting promoted and things like that. So the FA Cup, because when you make a team in England, unless you're playing fucking counterfeit black market football, you have to join the FA. So any person who plays football in England,
one could say that you need a license to play football. Oi, mate, you got a license to kick that ball?
Oh, fuck off. Alright, this is the one license joke I won't kick off at. Oh. Alright, so... But yeah, let's say... If you want to play ranked football, then yes, the term license could be used, right? But yeah, but I mean, if you played for your company,
I was gonna go kind of a tangent there.
But okay, no, go ahead.
The term license has been far too generalized these days.
Yeah.
Kind of like apps.
Yeah, why is everything an app now? What happened to program?
That's what's pissing me off about Windows 10 is it's all my apps. It's like, no, it's fucking not. It's porn.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
Based.
But because there was in another server, I was not in the description below.
Yeah.
We were
Me do
talking
not
about
endorse any of
apparently that they're going on about how in whatever the fuck country they need a license to like be a prostitute or something. Or
Germany, I think.
something like that, yeah. And they're like, how the fuck do you need a license on how to fuck? It's like, I don't think that's what the license is for.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I have to do an exam and a practical? How well can you shag this man?
And I mean,
imagine if they were though. Imagine if they had like fetish licenses as well. Like, okay, right, you like CBT, you gotta get your license in it. You gotta get this chick come in, kicks you in the balls really hard.
I was gonna say Yelp reviews, but okay.
No, I'm talking
Hello,
about
Spider.
like fucking.
You can fuck right off.
Oh shit! Real life violence happening right
dead.
now.
Okay, Spider's dead. And hey, I found my
Right.
ear scratchy thing. I don't know where the fuck it
No,
was.
but like, imagine if it was like a driver's license or something. Like, they had fucking exams and shit. Like,
I mean, obviously it was the whole medical examination thing that it was supposed to be really about, but there's other things outside of that. Like, the only thing I could think of that you would need license for is it's not even really a license, but sort of like a certificate of, like, you went to a 3-hour...
a qualification.
Well, no, the thing that I was thinking of was basically like you go to a 3-hour seminar or workshop that basically like tells you your rights in the sex industry. Like the do's and the don'ts, what is and is not consent, and then after that, you finish the course, you take the multiple choice test where they basically throw the answers at you, and then you get a certificate that you can hang on your brothel's wall.
Nice.
Because we live in a society where we centralize our sex industry. We don't have fucking street corners. And they're all owned by the Shoney's too. Anyway, football.
Yeah, so theory, if you play for your company team or whatever, if they play in ranked competition, it will be somewhere on this pyramid. Anyway, the FA Cup.
Oh, that's another thing. The bitch in human resources is trying to get me to join her netball team.
Netball?
Don't knock netball. Netball is like the second.
Netball fucking sucks.
Netball is like the second most popular sport in our country, which makes it more popular than football.
Right. Okay. Do you know why netball was invented?
Because women can't run and dribble at the same time?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Man thought women can't move. But I think it was like sexual. Like, they're like boobs jiggle around and shit. We can't be having that. So netball was made. Yeah.
It's hard to believe that a man came to the conclusion that that's what should happen.
I think he might have been a bit religious.
I
think so. Oh, it might have been a woman. It might have been like a fucking, one of those, suffragettes. Suffragette haters. Those ones.
Suffragettes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so, right, I just want to get on this so I can...
Yeah, to be fair, netball is fun, but I'm not joining a fucking team. Fuck that. Cuts into my video game time. Alright, so football licenses.
Right, yeah, okay. FA Cup, right? The thing about this is the 13 divisions. So the top 13 divisions, or tiers, of English football can qualify for the FA Cup. Now, there's actually a bunch of like pre-knockout things. So when the FA Cup starts in the first round, which is when league teams get in. Okay, so I think I said this, but league teams are the top 4 divisions. So the League Cup is the same thing, but it's only the top 4 divisions. Whereas the FA Cup includes amateur sides. Now, non-league players can still, like the 5th and 6th tier, you might get paid, but it'll be like £10 a match or something,
It covers
You're not going to get paid.
It covers the gas to get there.
Yeah, it covers, and you might get a bone, you might get £10, you might get a free drink if you get a goal. right? Like
and
that sort of
an
thing.
orange at halftime.
Yeah, I just want to make this like the fourth division makes them like the average salary makes like so the lowest level of professional football.
Yeah.
They make like 30-40K a year about, whereas the top division the average salary is like 70K a week. So about 3.5-4 million salary.
To be fair, like
So
30-40K to kick a ball around is pretty fucking respectable.
yeah, and that's the thing that is so we have 4 divisions. Like that's how like our second division, quite a lot of players there are still making over $1 million. And then they're not in the Premier League, you know? So, you know, we got a healthy culture and stuff. Anyway, so that's what I mean, like 5th and 6th tier, you might still be making like, I don't know, 5,000 or a few thousand a year, you know? Not enough to work for it as your job, but, you know, a decent amount of money, you know, on the side for, just kicking a ball around.
The joys of trickle down economics.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like theoretically, like there was actually like a bunch of shitty YouTubers made a team, and they got put in like this 8th division or the 9th division, and so
they made more than their ad revenue. Get it? Because YouTube sucks. Look at me, I'm a YouTuber now. I can complain about the ad monetization.
Yeah, how much do you make?
I don't fucking know. I haven't enabled it. I don't care.
I'm fighting the man. I respect it. Okay, right. I've talked way too much about the background. Newcastle, right? We do shit in everything, but we do no. I'm saying we are shit, right? In everything, but in cup competitions especially. So I actually went to watch it's technically the second round because the Premier League only enters the League Cup on the second round and the FA Cup on the third round. So when I say we're in the 6th round, we haven't won 6 games. We've won 3 games because we entered on the third round. But we always lose. We always fuck up. And under Mike Ashley, we had not reached the 5th round before in the past 12, 13 years. No, like, that's a really long time to not reach the quarterfinals. There's only 20 teams at the top division. And there's 8 that qualify for the quarter. I was saying the 5th round, so that's 16 teams. So statistically, only 4 teams in the top division shouldn't make it. We were in those 4 teams for the past over a decade. Anyway, so we reached the 5th round, and we actually won as well against West Brom. So we're in the 6th round. We're in the quarterfinals, which is a huge deal for us, at least. So it's a really big deal.
Congrats.
Thank you. I did literally nothing, but I will still take the congratulations.
You were there. You gave them your energy like that one fucking Kirby emote from Twitch.
yeah. I shouted at the television screen when they fucked up. So
Dora taught us well for supporting football.
Yeah, Mia's. Why the fuck didn't he pass it there? When I can't even run half their speed. I don't even think I can run.
Why the fuck do we even pay you? You fucking shit.
I do love seeing that on like Twitter, where it's like, X player is angry that he's had to play 2 or 3 games in a week. And everyone's just, he's making fucking millions! He should be playing every day! Yeah, you should be. Yeah, we...
Oh, it reminds me of like the fucking IT saying, I'm going to see if I can actually remember it rightly, but basically like, you're either either everything's fine or nothing's happening. Everything's on fire or nothing's happening. And in either case, people wondering why the fuck they pay you.
Yeah. Fairs. But yeah, so I'm actually going to try and get tickets for the quarterfinal. I don't think I'll be able to because we have a pretty big fan base. And, under my, we may never reach the quarterfinal ever again. So, I should also say, just as a stipulation, we did go up against, you can be drawn really unluckily. So, I actually went to the second round of the League Cup in September. And we got drew against Leicester, who are a good team. They're fifth, I think, fourth in the league. And we're 14th. They're a really good team. And so we got knocked out on the second round. So we played the third, fourth, and fifth rounds. And we won against them all. And we haven't been up against a Premier League team yet. So we are lucky in that sense. And right now we're up against Man City. And Man City won the last. Man City were the team actually that beat the team that the goalie didn't leave for in the podcast episode. Man City won the league last season and the season before that and 2 seasons before that and 4 seasons before that. So Man City are a really good team. And we're not. So we're not. I highly doubt we're going to make it. We're going to win the next match, but I'm still going to try and go because it's sadly for Newcastle. It's it might be a once in a lifetime event to reach the quarterfinals. So I'm going to try and go. I might fucking live stream it. I don't know.
Go on your
do a live
shirt.
Can fuck off with that. I'd die.
Yeah.
You're acting like you're basically saying commit suicide. Right?
I know.
That's not a joke.
I was sort of like, it wouldn't even be a good form of suicide. It'd be very painful.
Yeah.
Because no one's got a gun. They're just punching you. They're punching you to death.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
And that's the thing. Even if I don't physically die, emotionally I would die. The amount of abuse I would get. Literally every second. No, people wouldn't want to stand next to me. So, why would you do that? You just wouldn't do it.
Sorry, I'm just...
Why haven't I thrown the shirt out yet? I don't know. Why do I still have it?
So that you could, go to Sunderland incognito.
Why would I want to go to... Sunderland's a shithole. More than Newcastle. Sunderland is like Newcastle, but worse in every way.
I think this is just bitter sibling rivalry.
No, it's really not. It's really not. Right, Sunderland has more crime, has worse schools, worse universities. It's smaller. It has
Does it have more
less
Pakistanis?
shops. I'm not gonna bullshit, and I would say probably, but I'm not gonna bullshit. I don't know that. I don't know that, right? But Sunderland is worse than us in every. It has more mosques per capita. I'm pretty damn sure. But yeah, Sunderland is worse than us in every
per capita. Interesting how you're both next to each other.
No. Gateshead has the Jews. Gateshead has the Jews. It's a. Gateshead is 200 meters across the river. It's a very important distinction.
This is literally just fucking gang warfare. This is our 2 blocks of the city.
To be fair, we do have... compared to other major cities in the UK, we don't have that many muzzies. But compared to the average population in the UK, we do have a fair share. Yeah, we do have quite a few muzzies. But we live in a city, so, I live in a city, so... What can I say? Comes with the territory and all that shit.
My eyes itch like a motherfucker.
And listen, right? I've not met a bad one, I don't fucking like him, but the one at the kebab shop, he's sound. The one at the corner shop, he's fine, right? I didn't have my ID once, and he let us off, right? So they're fine, but I just don't like them. Literally everyone at my local pub. That's not even a joke.
Yeah.
They're just talking about how much they hate Muslims and other minorities, but like everyone they know, they don't have a problem with. They're like, "Oh, did I tell you that I got called that I sound like a darkie?" Did I tell you?
No.
Okay, I was at the pub and I was having a fag outside. Okay, the pub is an old working man's club. Back when we had industry in the north, like shipbuilding and shit. So pretty much everyone who goes there is like 50 plus.
Yep.
But the beer's really cheap. All the drinks really cheap. It's a shithole. It's an absolute shithole, but it's really fucking cheap. And they show football. So I go there occasionally. And yeah, I was outside having a fag, and I don't talk. I don't have a broad. Like where I live is very broad, Geordie. You know, very. How are you, pet? How are you doing, lad? I'm just getting into tune. You know, all that shit. How are you? Like really, and I don't talk like that. So, you know, I'm having a conversation with them. I can obviously understand them because I'm from here. I'm saying I'm from here, and they're like, "No, you're not. No, you're not." I'm like, "Dude, I am. I am." And they're like, "No, you're not. You're not from here." All right? And one of them kind of said, like, "You know, your voice, it's got a bit of darky in it. You sound a bit like a darky." And then he just quickly went, "Not in a bad way, though." It's like, what the fuck's that supposed to be?
I will admit there is a very distinctive, like, Afro-Brit accent.
And I don't have that.
Yeah, you don't, but I like that accent a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, I'm gonna get up and fucking fix my eyes or something, because they itch like a motherfucker right now.
No problem. Alright, so apologies for the football talk. Yeah, but I haven't talked about football in a good few podcasts, so you've had that coming. So if you're still here, congratulations. You're a true. Wait, it is on YouTube. I can't say the N word, can I? You're a true homie. Post in the comments if you're a true homie, okay? I'll read them all. I'll give you a role on the server for all true homies who made it through me talking about the divisions of English football. But yeah, God, I hope Moon has more to talk about because I've got nothing. I've got absolutely nothing. I can't even talk about shit to fill up. Like, I've done absolutely nothing with my life.
I look like I've been crying like a bitch.
Have you been crying like a bitch?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, yes, all that talk of fucking North FC, it just got me so emotional.
You know, you're alright for Southern Hemisphere guy. True Geordie.
Don't like them Kiwis, but the only one I know is alright.
Well, you know, I could say about, like, real talk, I could say that about what's he called. Oh, I don't like Frenchies, but, you know, Sleepy's a good guy.
But the three that I'm friends with, they're the good ones.
Yeah.
The best of a nation.
But yeah, okay. I was just saying, like, I'm filling for you, like, nothing really. I was just filling. I've got nothing. Again, unless you want to talk about League, I've got absolutely nothing for you. So I hope you've got something.
Oh, on the football thing, question I was wondering because
Okay.
about the history of it, because we.
Yeah, right.
No. One question is, so we've talked in the past about how the, I don't know, economics of it, where you got the big
Yeah.
teams that, where it's sort of this like food chain sort of thing,
Yeah.
where the lower teams are expected to like sell off their good players to the bigger teams.
Yeah.
Was there ever an instance where one of the lower teams said "fuck that"
Yeah.
and just kept the good players and tried to get up to that caliber or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened. It's happened in the past 10, 15 years, really. The big problem with this though is like, what do you define moving? Because it can change in a country, but football is an international game. So it's like for some, I'd say historically the biggest teams in. Okay, so you have the top four and the top six, right? And the top four are, I assume you've probably heard of these names, right? Manchester United,
Yes.
Chelsea,
Yes.
Liverpool,
Yes.
and Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And then the next two, so if you make it the top six, then it's Manchester City and
That I've heard of as well.
and Tottenham Hotspur.
That one I've only really heard from you.
Yeah, well, they're often just called Spurs. Like, yeah, you don't really hear people call them Hotspurs, or it's either Tottenham or Spurs. But yeah, I would definitely say that out of the six, Tottenham Hotspurs are probably the least renowned. Not the worst, but the least renowned of them. Anyway, historically, the top club has been Manchester United.
Yep.
And then before that, Liverpool, before what? But yeah, Manchester United. And that's the thing, like, if you're an English player, you might, technically, in your mind, every club might be under Manchester United. But you eventually, play for Manchester United. But then Real Madrid or Barcelona say, oh, we want you. And they're going to be seen as even bigger teams, Even in reality, I mean, they are big teams. But, you're playing it essentially the best, most renowned team in your country, in the top league in the country. But you still want to move away because this is the top team in this country that, for some reason, you regard as even better, But yeah, well, my point being was with the top six, with Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspurs, they've been more like feeder clubs, basically, for the top four. But recently, they've been putting a lot of money in and just been like, nah, fuck this. We're going to stay here, We're going to be at the top. But you had that a lot in I was going to say in the olden days, but, okay, Leicester City, one of the greatest sporting moments in modern history, and I don't care what this is amazing, is Leicester City winning the Premier League. They had just survived relegation. They were 20th, and they won the league. No one wins the league other than the top four, or maybe the top six. No one wins the league.
And how long ago was this?
2016.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's to this day. Bring up Reddit and all that. But if you go on Reddit and you go on the top post on our soccer, it's still the top voted post, and it's like fucking 4 years ago. Like, it's insane what they did. But when you look back at like what it was like, I don't know, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, because the Premier League is only 30 years old. Before that, it was just the first division, second division, third division. There were only three. And when you look there, there's a lot more variation of just teams. They've just not necessarily got lucky, but all right, we like this city, and they'll play for that city, and they win, and then it's a lot more teams won it then than now, where it's really like top teams that win it.
Yeah,
the only exception being, oh sorry,
oh no, it's like, well, that's just kind of the whole way sports has really gone, hasn't it? Like, there's
Yeah.
just so much more information available, as well as money.
Yeah.
Fuckloads of money.
Yeah.
Shitloads of money.
Well, I mean, that's like, sadly, the English league, which isn't, I wouldn't say it's massively competitive, because there's like 4 teams or 6 teams that are realistically vying for the title, is the most competitive out of the top European leagues, right? Because in Italy, Juventus have won it for the past 8 years. In France is the worst. Paris Saint-Germain have won it for the past 10 years. In Germany, it's Bayern Munich. They've won it for the past 7 years or 8 years, something like that. And then in Spain, it yo-yos between Barcelona and Real Madrid, and occasionally Atletico Madrid. So it's not like anyone can win it. You know what I mean? It's really the top teams win. But yeah, there's always clubs that can keep it together. But because transfers happen every twice a season, there's one in January and there's one in the summer. Transfers being the football term for free agency, basically. They, if you can keep a team for a season, then you might do really well. Like what you're saying, like, just say, oh, fuck it. Fuck going to the big clubs, let's all stay here and we can win it. But then, like, at the end of that season, if you win it, then everybody's value goes up. Big clubs that are already willing to pay massive amounts of money will pay even more money. And there'll be even more it's like the argument that you can never ban smuggling. Because, okay, let's say you're in North Korea, right? And you punish anybody who gets drugs and bike, right? Like, let's just talk about heroin, right? Well, then you're gonna, the value of heroin increases. So people who can circumvent the rule can charge higher prices for it. So it's financially worth it for them to do it because they'll make more money if they can do it. And then let's say that keeps going, and so the North Korean government, I don't know, makes it even harder. Well, that means it's worth even more. So you can never truly ban it because it'll eventually become valuable.
Not to pick at fucking analogies, but let's be honest, who the fuck's buying heroin in North Korea?
I know.
Aside from like government officials. Government officials that can make the charges disappear.
Well, that's the point. It wouldn't be valuable if it wasn't worth a lot. But because it's so hard to get it in, then yeah, government officials will start getting in on it. This is how do you police them, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just an analogy, but yeah. A bad analogy. But it's kind of like that where if you can keep a team together, unless you do this over a period of, I don't know, a decade or something, and win several times, and stay at the top, to cement your position, like Manchester City have done this now. They've won but they've only won it in the past, since 2012 was their like first one in 50, 60 years. But they've won it like 3 times since then, or 4 times since then. So they've cemented their position as one of the top clubs. And so people will want to play for Manchester City. But before that, they were just another stepping stone club. But you can have one good season, you can win it, but then everybody's value goes up, and then there'll be... Oh, you've also got the other one, which is China. So Chinese football sucks. But they're poor, because basically... So, what's the head of China called? Xi Jinping or something?
Winnie the Pooh, for all I fucking care.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, right? Winnie the Pooh wants China to be competitive at football. For some reason, he really likes football. So he's pouring tons of government money into football clubs. They use that money to buy famous players and managers from overseas. In fact, the manager who I loved, and we had a podcast about when he left for China. Rip Corona, he's probably got coronavirus now, right? But he left for China.
Dude, could you imagine the Wuhan FC?
No, seriously. Have you not heard the stories? They've They can't play any games. Apparently, one of the Brazilian players did get coronavirus. That's what we've heard. But yeah, fucking Wuhan FC, rip. But yeah, anyway, so shit. What was I saying? I was rambling a lot.
Just fat Chinese men walking around Wuhan. I don't hate the Uyghurs. I just don't fucking. I'm not racist. I just don't like the fucking Uyghurs.
I don't hate Tibetans. No, I fucking hate Tibetans, but not that monk who lives down the street.
The Dalai Lama's alright, but fuck's a bit. I mean, Tibet? Yeah, so... What's Tibet? Never heard of it.
But yeah, so you know, you've got the Chinese draw as well, where it's just pure money. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Unless you've got the dignitas, well, no, dignitas is the wrong word, but the prestige, the gravitas, I think is what I meant, to keep that winning mentality. Because that's the thing, like, people, like, okay, if you've got a manager and he wins like twice or something, then players are going to want to play for him. But let's say he wants some more money, and the board refuses it, and he leaves. Well, then, yeah, you might want to play for the club, but you also want to play for the world-class manager who won. And he's not there anymore. You've just got some guy called Boris, you know? You know, or Greg, right? Who wants to play for Greg, right?
Depends, is he racist?
Yeah, Greg, I know, he's fat and he managed Burnley and Twickenham, right? You know, and Grimsby Town, right? You know, or do you want to
feel like you're just bringing up like your RP character from Football Manager now. That's his backstory.
I refuse to confirm or deny that accusation. But or do you want to play for, I don't know, Juarez Nacional, right? Who's fucking, you know, was managing football clubs at 14 in this bullshit South American country. And is now a god of football, right? And he only smokes cigars, and he only has the purest cocaine out of a hooker's arsehole, and he only plays free-flowing attacking football, right? Tiki-taka, right? Or do you want to play for Greg? And Greg's mentality is kick the ball far and hope our big men get it, you know? Or do you want to play with the tech? You know what I mean? So it's a lot more factors at play. But if you can keep a manager, you know, like Man United didn't used to be like a huge club, but they just won so much that and they had such a good manager. Like Alex Ferguson managed them for like 20 years or something. Yeah, they had Sir Alex Ferguson, and people just wanted to play for him, so they kept going.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, is there's just so much momentum behind everything now that I kind of really do want to see that underdog story.
Newcastle winning the cup?
No, even more than that.
Ah, shit.
I want to see like the fucking bumblefuck town. I want to see Norfolk become the biggest name.
Norwich are in the Premier League. What are you on about?
I see. This is I can't. I'm gonna go. Hang on, let me find a map.
No, I'm searching it up now. Don't worry. League 2 table. Let's see who's at the bottom of the. Okay.
You know,
Stevenage, Macclesfield Town, Mansfield, Leyton Orient, Scunthorpe, Grimsby Town, Cambridge United, Bradford City, Port Vale, Northampton, Cheltenham.
I want to see the Alexander the Great of Peterborough.
Wait, where's Peterborough?
Just north of Cambridge.
Oh, you're looking at maps. I was just bringing up. All right.
Yeah, I'm just. I want to see just some guy who has the charisma to just bring it all together for 10 years, and just you catapult them into greatness, establish a new empire.
You have described like pretty much why 90% of people play Football Manager. It's to do exactly that. To take, seriously. I mean, that's why I play. I play to make Newcastle win. But yeah, you'll have somebody who lives in Swindon or whatever, right? Or Stratford upon Avon, and they'll just go and they'll bring their team all the way up. That's literally why people play it. So, no, I like doing that. I actually like playing in Belgium.
When is Paradox going to make Europa Football Alice?
Wait, so do you like conquer territory in that? Like, how does that work? Alright, right. Lads, we're playing against Manchester. If we win, we absorb it. If we lose, they rape all our women.
It's just fucking Splatoon with it football, you know, you just cook it along the floor and it paints the lines and it's world painting simulator with footballs.
Oh no, is it like Euro Truck Simulator or something? And you've just got this big fucking marker in the back of your truck. And yeah, you just keep driving a bigger boundary around your city. Oh fuck.
Oh no, it's like those remember how we were talking about like the medieval football where it wasn't a field where it was like you're trying to kick it through the other town's gate?
Yeah,
that's how you own the next town.
Yeah, really. The other town would have to pay for a bunch of stuff. Yeah. That's British culture, lad.
Oh, dude, could you?
Yeah, we should bring that back. Oh, right. Wait, could you imagine the Tyne Wheel Derby, Newcastle against Sunderland? There's one ball, 5-mile area between them, and you've got to get it through, I don't know, like one of the bridges or whatever. I'm losing. Oh.
I'm thinking of like the fucking London Civil War. Just the boroughs waking up. Oh, fucking Paradox, hire me. I'll make the best meme games.
You know, someone could probably mod that. It's probably, I've got you. Is it like a football mod? I want to see
what? That. So you want to see like, hit Manle it up and change like all the name tables to be like famous footballers.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's got to exist. That already has to exist.
Oh,
I mean, I'm searching it up now.
If not, you can make the custom nation of the custom dynasty of Mike Ashley in Crusader Kings 2. Sports Direct
just make him the fattest.
Sports Director will rule England.
Alright, I think. Alright, come on, that's got to be the next game you're playing. You got to get the footage.
King Mike. Oh, shit.
You've got to make sure all your sons and daughters are just named Mike as well. Mike will never die. Oh, there's no football mod, actually. Shit. I know what I've got to do.
Learn how to code.
They've got a kit. It's fine. Hey, right? I can code in basic Python, so I'm basically a hacker.
You can code better than I can.
Yeah, I failed computer science, so I'm kind of an expert here.
I think I failed computer science. I don't know. Computer science didn't have anything to do with fucking coding. Shit, what was that one? We've talked about it before, that one like really shitty
Scratch.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
That was it.
I knew instantly what you meant, yeah. Fuck yeah, I can code in Scratch, so you better calm down with your online threats.
I mean, the computer science part of it, like the first year, was just like learning the parts of a PC and how like networks kind of work. I think that was my computer science. There was no coding or anything.
Yeah.
And
makes sense. We call that IT though. That's what we call IT.
Well, our school had it like there was computer studies and there was computer science, and computers and the first one, computer studies, I think I said it was this is how you use Microsoft Word.
Yeah, that's IT for us. Yeah,
that was that, and then the computer science would have gotten more technical later, but I only stuck around for the first year.
Right.
It was really cutting into my physics time, you know.
Mm.
Also, what the fuck is up with my eyes?
Do you have eye corona? Oh shit! I could have said coroner.
I
Oh,
corona.
fuck!
Dun, 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 dun. I corona. Come on, you must know that song.
I know the song.
Thank you.
Wasn't responding deliberately. I was pissed because I could have made a half funny joke, and I fucked it up, like everything.
Yep, that's fucking life for you, man.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man.
Yeah,
So it's
I'm low key squinting or keeping my eyes closed this entire time now. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my eyes right now.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, I just clicked on a game on Steam. Saya no Uta, the Song of Saya.
Oh,
And I just scroll down and just see your review of it. I was like, ah, interesting.
hang on, what did I write for it?
I can read it out.
A cute story with lovable and relatable characters. Yeah, so obviously that is a massive lie.
Yeah, I can see that from the screenshots. I just clicked on it because the chick has the same facial expression as Kaguya. So I was like, ooh.
No, it is a very, very good VN. It was on my shit to do list for a while based on that sort of like, oh dude, look at this like look at the screenshots, like that's gotta be edgy.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be really, really fucking good. It's like, and you know, the entire thing's 8 hours long. I highly recommend it. Although, I might recommend obtaining it through other means. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because it's $20 dues here, and there's a the eyes are affecting my way to talk now, and fuck me. So yeah, the game's $20, and then there's a like add-on patch to add all the fun stuff in.
Yeah.
However, I don't know what that means because I played it with the fun stuff patch, so I don't know what it takes out if you don't have it.
Right. Fair enough.
But yeah, basic premise: a guy gets in a horrible, horrible car accident and is saved through experimental brain surgery. However, the unfortunate side effect of this is his perception of the world is turned into a disgusting hellscape. And he lives through that, trying to maintain some facade of normalcy until he finds what appears to be a normal-looking girl. So one must wonder what the fuck a normal-looking girl really is. And the rest of it, read for yourself.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to read it.
Dude,
imagine reading and liking the ends, Lamau.
I really cannot stress enough just how good it was. It was another one of those things where I basically stayed up all night and read the fucking thing.
Alright, yeah, I mean, okay. Alright. I'll give it a shot.
I will say be warned, it's one of the older style of VNs.
Right.
You know, back in the day where it was actually literally, I mean, you can see on, if you go to the Steam, the third screenshot.
Yes.
Where it's actually just like a page of writing over a backdrop. Rather than the dialogue box at the bottom and rule of
Yeah,
thirds
yeah.
and whatever the fuck. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played that many VNs, so I don't think it'll be that much of a deal breaker.
Um,
Also, I just saw this on. Oh, sorry, finish.
No, I was gonna say, I mean, I'd say if you haven't read many VNs, I think there's more the reason to read it. Because
Right.
chances are, if you're like me, all you've really read until this point is fua, romance, moe shit.
Yeah.
Kapara. But it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah. I'm just reading this. Moyai has been destroyed.
What?
Easter Island Moyai statue destroyed by truck.
You're gonna link the article in the podcast?
It's in general, but yeah, sure.
Oh.
Oh wait, no. That's a Yazoo link. Amoidasu posted it.
Oh, I haven't blocked.
Oh dear, why?
I don't know, he pissed me off one day and I just decided it's better off if I just fucking block him.
He seems rather inoffensive, to be
honest. He's an annoying little rat.
Well, because he likes mouse girls.
No, that just happens to be a really funny coincidence. Alright. Oh, from CNN, they did some actual news, unless they blame this on Trump or something, I don't fucking know.
The Moyai are sacred structures of religious value for the Rapa Nui people, Rapu said. Furthermore, the damage to the Moyai is an offence to a culture that has lived for many years, struggling to recover its heritage and archaeology.
Yeah, no.
In 2019, Joanne Van Tilburg, director of the Easter Island Statue Project, told CNN Travel that bad tourist behaviour, such as tacky photos of visitors pretending to pick the noses of sacred Moyai, was causing a rift between travellers and local. That fear will never pick a nose of a Moyai. Oh, did I tell you I got a Moyai book in the British Museum?
No.
It's a book all about Moyai. That's it.
I'm just realizing how, like, low-key racist Civ 5 was to Polynesia.
Elaborate.
Well, hey, I mean, you've played Civ 5, right?
Yeah.
And we'll put it this way, the Polynesian nation is very broad.
Yeah.
You know, their fucking leaders Hawaiian.
Mish, fuck off. Yeah, sorry, continue. Mish, no, fuck off. No, stop encouraging her.
Yeah, she's cute. No. She smiles sometimes.
She's not allowed in the room when I'm recording.
Oh,
she knocks things over. She's retarded.
Just like a Rona.
True.
No, I mean, like, their fucking leader's Hawaiian, the unique unit is from New Zealand. The unique building is the fucking Moyai, which has nothing to do with the last two at all. It's just a horrifically generic thing.
And then, you know, they can't even make the excuse that it's cultural because they gave the fucking Native Americans two tribes. The Iroquois and the Shoshone. Oh, and the Cherokee, actually, I think got one as well. But Polynesia just gets one. Based.
It's not even Polynesian at that point. Like, some of those islands are Micronesia, some of them are Melanesia. Fucking get your shit right.
Or some of them Melanesia?
Well, I mean, that's literally it. Is the fucking islanders from Melanesia are black as fuck.
Based.
Like, if you've seen Fijians, like the actual Fijians, not the Indians that got transported there to work the plantations, they are black as fuck.
Nice.
And then everyone's seen the Samoans to death. They're fucking Polynesian.
Yeah, fatties.
Tongans are
Based
somewhere in
fatties.
between. And Micronesians aren't. It has less to do with the manlet status of them, but just the islands are really, really tiny. So it's funny.
Everyone there is just fucking tiny.
It's
fucking Hobbit
I mean,
land.
it is funny that like Polynesia and Micronesia are named after this, like the status of the islands and the area of the ocean, but Melanesia's just, oh yeah, there's black people there.
Oh, fucking based British colonialism. Am I right?
Well, I mean, half of them are French. I mean, it's
But
literally called
based European colonialism.
I mean, it's literally called French Polynesia. And my fucking American Samoa used to be German Samoa.
Yeah.
Um.
But wasn't it Japanese for a few years as well? Pretty sure. What?
Nothing. I think, you know what, like New Caledonia is still very British, I think.
Yeah. Well, you know what Caledonia is, right?
Yeah.
Good.
I had a friend who like went there for a holiday when I was like 12. Apparently they make good burgers over there. Although I don't think that's a cultural thing. I just think there's just happened to be a really good burger place on the island.
What's your primary export? Oh, really good burgers, mate.
Yeah, we ship them all over the world.
Oh, well, that's what Kim Jong-un does, doesn't he? He gets McDonald's brought to him every day. Flowed in from China. Literally not even joking.
I still think this is just supposed to be a fair joke.
No, it's true. Well, at least some North Korean government. There was a North Korean plane comes to China every day and it just picks up like fast food. There's no people on it.
It's like
obligatory other than the pilot.
I mean, it's like 150 k's from like Pyongyang to the border.
Yeah, it's not a long flight. I'm not saying it's a fucking.
Are we flying there now? Fuck, I was thinking of getting on like his shitty 1970s Soviet truck.
No. That's what I'm saying. He flies them. They're flown to him, or flown to some high members of the North Korean government. I know that was a big. It was a popular thing with the Concorde as well, with certain people getting like food delivered, like from France, like breakfast from Paris, delivered to New York in time, for them to get up and have their breakfast and shit. Like with rich people, it does happen. They do fly things out.
Yeah, logistics is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, can they even fucking do that now?
Do what?
Like, the economics of like shipping shit halfway across the country in time for breakfast. Because
they've got enough money.
I mean, no, but the point is, I don't think they even have Concords running anymore.
Oh no, yeah, Concorde doesn't. Yeah, but that's mainly because people were willing to. They were more willing to like Concorde was fair. It was like a bus. It wasn't comfortable or whatever. And people are willing to spend more on a longer flight with like business class or first class.
No. You've got this all wrong. Other way around. Like the flights for using the Concorde and every other...
yeah, no. Yeah, they were too cheap because they had to keep giving free flights. They had to keep giving... No, they were expensive because they had to give away a lot of free flights for like air miles and apologies and shit like that and many other reasons. So a lot of people who were riding the Concorde weren't paying for it.
Really? That part I didn't know, but the point is running a supersonic airliner is fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, massively.
But the big thing that really changed it was the turbofan.
I don't know about this.
Well, you know how a jet engine works.
Roughly, yeah.
You know, air goes in, mixes with
Yeah.
the fuel,
Yeah.
shit goes out. Well,
Yeah.
thrust goes out. You know, and but the higher up you go, the less air there is. Which
Yeah.
means if you want to maintain speed, you've got to go really fucking fast to
Yeah.
keep pushing air through it. Unless you use a turbofan, which is basically so the engine is the same size, but they have a really fucking big intake at the front. And you'll see it on like all the new Boeing 7, whatever the fuck, 7s.
Yeah, I can imagine it just now from your description.
Yeah. And that's basically what allows them to maintain subsonic speeds on such massive aircrafts at high altitudes.
Right.
And
So it blows the air
they're
away.
suddenly
Right.
burning so much fucking less fuel. It becomes economically viable for them to make flights longer, more comfortable, and cheaper.
Right. Yeah, I think the yeah, no, I didn't know that. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I think they both go hand in hand. Where yeah, basically my point was with the Concorde was yeah, you actually did have the problems where lots of people were getting on cheap Concorde flights or free Concorde flights because of air miles and shit like that. So you had that issue. But yeah, like with the invention on shit that you've just said there, it's like yeah, why wouldn't I pay the same amount for yeah, it's a bit longer, but it's far more luxurious.
And
You know?
even then, and yeah, it was just that the commercial aviation industry is kind of one of the beautiful examples I can think of like the free market done right.
Hmm.
Like if you can, I mean, back when America a year or two ago was going through that whole like the I don't know 13th, what was it, the Article 15 or the thing about the net neutrality bill.
Oh yeah.
And how they were going to remove that, and Republicans or whatever the fuck were going, this will help the free market. We can suddenly like offer, if it's not a utility that's everything's taken at all data's taken at the same value, we can start tailoring it to give you more options, which is bullshit because they'll say, oh, we're going to, if you buy like the gaming package or something, your games will run faster, we'll give you like higher bandwidth for gaming. And it's like, you're going to give me the same bandwidth I'll have now and give me shit for the other stuff.
Not paying it.
Yeah, so I'm not explaining it very well. But yeah, there was the theory behind what they were saying could be put into effect, but it wouldn't. But
yeah, if they could improve it, keep the same level.
They could, but it's a matter of if they would, and they wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but back to the aviation part of that. They kind of do it right there. If you think about like how much money you save by planning flights ahead and shit like that, the kind of package deals you get when you get a return flight as well. That's the kind of, and even like the economy of size. How it might be so much fucking cheaper. If we take like the USA for example, if you're in, I don't know, Washington, and you want to go to LA, it might be cheaper for you to go from Washington to JFK in New York and then fly to LA, just because there's so much more traffic.
Yeah, economies of scale.
Yeah. So the aviation industry is one of those ones where the economy, the free market kind of works, especially when it comes to like business shit as well. Because businesses get charged up the ass because they're all, I need a flight now. And because of whatever the fuck legal loopholes or there is with like minimum stays in international countries. They have to pay the highest possible price. So one-way tickets start costing like $3,000 or some shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, I was going to, maybe argument is too strong a word, but I was going to contest this. But upon hearing your elaboration, I realized I was going to talk about something else. Like, my contesting was about something else.
Well, then
So,
I can go for it anyway.
well, what I was going to say was, with you saying the free market, I was going to be like, dude, like, the aeronautics industry is one of the most government subsidized. Whatever. But I realized that's not your point. Your point was talking about at the consumer level, not the manufacturer of airplane level.
Yeah, I'm talking more of like
because I was saying that's
airline
not
industry,
like
not fucking aircraft development.
Yeah, I was gonna say because fucking Boeing, their edge is not free market. Like, that's the U.S. government fucking bailing them out all the time. But yes, I take your point.
How much was the F-35 program? When it's something $1 trillion?
I don't even know. Worth it though. It's worth it. I swear.
To be proven. I mean, I don't know. Like, modern military aircraft are fucking scary things.
Oh, massively.
So, it's one of those things where a lot of the dissenters of the F-35 program, beyond that, it cost, I think it's like $1.5 trillion in R&D over the course of a fucking decade with delays out the ass or something.
Yeah.
Like, beyond the price part, people saying, oh, the F-35 isn't even that great because some dick measuring contest with the F-22 or whatever.
I watched a
the
video on
fuck
this. Yeah.
the MiGs are doing these days.
Yeah,
but it's this dick measuring contest on something that isn't even the same school of thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
The F-35 is this fucking terrifying stealth missile carrier. It isn't a dogfighter.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's the thing. You don't have to be good at dogfighting if you kill your target 10 miles before he sees you. You know,
10 miles is generous. The fucking missiles they're using these days are fucking beyond.
I'm saying 10 miles before he sees you. They have
there's an entirely new designation of these missiles where it's literally beyond line of sight missiles.
Yeah.
These things are shooting out to fucking 40 kilometers or some shit.
Yeah. That's smart.
And then even then they'll be they'll be bitching about that because look at how the F4 went with its missiles and la di da di da. They put guns on it later because whatever the fuck reason, and that's not true.
Yeah,
but it's not the kind of shit I can recall from memory, and a lot of people on the internet have done a much better job of explaining that than I can.
Yeah.
I'm not a plane guy, I'm a tank autist that sometimes flies planes in a video game.
That's interesting. I had no idea.
That wasn't Boeing, that was Lockheed anyway.
Yeah, F-35s. No, not F-35, but
yeah,
I know the U-2 was Lockheed.
No, Lockheed is well, F-35 was also Lockheed. The entire contract was Lockheed.
Oh, right.
Or Grumman. I think Lockheed and Grumman conglomerated. I don't remember. It makes me wonder how the fuck Lockheed still has jobs in New Zealand. Because when I was unemployed, one of those like neat periods of my life, I'd always see like job listings for Lockheed down at the military base. It's like, how the fuck do you have it? We don't have fun stuff anymore. Why the fuck are you still here? We sold our jets. We sold our jets in like 2004. We don't have fun stuff. Why are you here?
I don't know. Maybe they make propeller craft or something.
No, like I mean, they
No.
probably do, but have you seen our propeller craft? They're not fun
No.
either. You know, it's not like our air forces. Well, it's not like we went. You know what? To cut costs, we're just gonna, reintroduce the Spitfire. No, our entire air force is basically just overglorified search and rescue. You know, we have like some trainer aircraft, then basically C-130s out the ass, and naval reconnaissance.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the whole, like, basically modern. No, shit. That was... Oh fuck! I'm retarded.
I'm pretty sure our Air Force plan is literally just cry until the F-35s in Australia fly over. Although I don't even think they can do that because that's, I don't know, what's the operational range on the F-35? Let's go to Google. Yeah, Lockheed
my knowledge
Martin,
like
F-35 fucking...
my knowledge of Lockheed is like there was the Lockheed scandal in Japan in the 70s. That's basically it. Oh, and they made the U2.
What was the scandal in Japan?
Basically, it was a big bribery scandal for that Lockheed did. So in the they basically had a bunch of bad planes. I can't remember them all. I won't bother.
Just before, apparently they have a combat range of 669 nautical miles, or 1,239 k's.
Right.
Up to plus an extra 200 if they stick on like fuel tanks or some shit. So yeah, Australia could bail us out.
But yeah, sorry. Basically it was just bribery. Lockheed, they'd had a few bad planes. They needed an international tour to sell planes. So because they'd just been bailed out by the US government, they went to Japan. Was the biggest one because Japan was in its economic resurgence in the 70s. They paid a lot of money to a holding company, like a negotiating company. An intermediary that paid ANA, I think is the Japan flag carrier, All Nippon Airways, and they bought a bunch of Lockheed civilian craft and also the Japan Air Self-Defense Force for whatever Lockheed plane they were making in the 70s. And
I think that was probably going to be the Phantom 2.
Oh no! They sold one. Well, it had some like fucking autistic name, like Star Screamer or some shit like that.
Oh,
it was
the F-104.
It was a 50s plane.
Oh, you mean the F-104 Starfighters?
Yeah. But because the point was like only modern, only like the US and Russia needed the top of the line ones, and everyone else could just deal with. So yeah, they sold a bunch of those to the Japan. Anyway, the bribery scandal got, they paid back the US government because they made all this money selling contracts. But they got suspicious, looked into it. It got aired in the US Congress, and everybody in Japan was like, "What the fuck? Why don't we know about this? Why is our dirty laundry being?" And so it was a big scandal. And yeah, that's the Lockheed scandal, basically, just bribery.
Okay.
That's about as far as my knowledge on both modern aeronautics and apart from what's that plane we make that goes up and down? The Harrier good. That's it.
I guess speaking of the Brits are happy in War Thunder at the moment. They finally got what they've been waiting for the past year now.
Which was?
The English Electric Lightning. The only domestically produced Mach 2 capable aircraft in the British Air Forces that served from like 1959 till the 1980s.
Based.
So, yeah. British players are pretty happy. And me as a filthy fucking French main, I'm still seething that there's no Mirage.
That's what we like, the French seething. It's what we live on.
It's a top tier aviation is a fucking shit show in that game. Makes me sad. I don't think I'll go into that now.
Sorry, I can't ask. I don't know shit about War Thunder. I don't know shit about planes. I can't ask anything.
I don't know shit about planes either. It's one of those.
Okay, right. Sorry. Okay, I was trying to say it without sounding like it could. Right, I have no interest in finding out more about planes. I just don't care. Like, shit, I do. Like, no one cares about football, and I ramble about that. So talk about what you want. I'm just saying, like, I ain't got any questions, dude.
I don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if we're actually going to talk about League or not, but
no, we're not talking about. I don't want to encourage League server any more than it already has manifested.
Why are you mad? Why are you mad?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where as a semi-competitive RTS player, I'm legally obligated to hate on League.
Based.
For the most bullshit of reasons. Everyone acts like League killed RTS, and it didn't. RTS killed RTS, but RTS players don't want to fucking admit it.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll say you're among company. You're not the only person who's complained about the League chat. Fucking Lolly left the server.
I want my containment. The issue of containment channels always comes up. Yeah. Mobage was a good idea. I like Mobage. Mobage still gets used.
Well, I mean that's the thing, right? So, in my opinion on this is that I don't want a dime a dozen of servers that have more channels than people on them and are pointlessly segregated, and there's no need for it, right? Like, I don't want basically every new channel we've added. I didn't want, but the thing is, I'm not. I don't run this server as an end-all be-all dictator, right? If people want something,
pretty
they want
damn close, but
right. Sorry. I am a benevolence dictator, right?
My benevolence. The thing is, fucking baby kicker, 200 BC.
If people want something, I'll give it to them, right? So, for example, right, like it was kind of uniform in the sense that people who liked gacha wanted the gacha channel so they could talk about their gacha, and people who didn't like gacha wanted the gacha channel as containment. Everyone was happy. There wasn't really anybody who didn't want it. So, like, it was a no-brainer. Okay, sure. I personally may not see a need for it, but okay, right? The Flavor of the Month channel started for Game of Thrones containment, but has since came into like an end-all be-all, right? But the thing is, right, like, only if it's really uniform consensus will I add a channel. If a ton of people want it. Because my opinion is, I don't want there to be multiple gaming channels. I don't even really want there to be a gaming channel, but like multiple gaming channels and everyone's just in their own little chat. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Now, somebody did send me a message, basically annoyed in a recent conversation about, basically, I think it was Danka and Asbestos, who were just talking about cars, and this person wasn't happy that they shut up the channel, shut up General for basically an hour or two.
Oh, fuck off.
And they were really basically said, I want another channel. And I was just like, okay, I'll talk with them. But I'm not gonna make a
I mean, the chances of it actually happening more than like twice is like infinitesimally small.
This is the thing, right? I mean, in that case, personally, my personal opinion is, I think that person just got a bit pissed that they couldn't talk about what they wanted, and that's fair enough. Because there's times when I wanted to talk on Flavor of the Month about something, and it's in the middle of Pokemon chat or whatever, or War Thunder chat, and it's like, all right, I may have to wait for a little bit, but it's fine. But I totally get that I might be pissing somebody
Fuck
off.
you! I'm the Chad door breacher. Just come in like, fuck what you're saying.
Yeah.
Check out this 10-kill game. Suck my nuts.
But I mean, especially on like general, I can understand somebody being pissed about general, right? But I mean, I think Dank is a fairly new person, right? He doesn't necessarily know the etiquette.
At the same point, like the distinction there, like shitting up general is fine. It's like again, like if it becomes a recurring topic, then I'd kind of move it to Flavor of the Month.
Well, this is the thing, right? Like with Lolly, so me and Lolly had, I would say, a disagreement. He sees it as a big argument. I haven't talked with him about it actually, but and he left the server over it. Was basically he wanted a League containment channel, and I didn't want that, and it didn't seem that anybody else wanted that because Flavor of the Month exists for containment. It's in its containment. People talk about it. It's not like Flavor of the Month is just the League channel, but it is a Flavor of the Month. And one of the things that you said there, like I'm okay. This is just me personally. I know Skynet and Pomf and Arf have kind of always been into League. But I personally am a very streaky, but I'll get really into a game for like a couple of weeks or maybe a month or two, and then I'll stop playing it and I might come back to it, right?
But we'll wait till you hit the wall on like progression in League again, and then you'll stop.
Exactly. Like I'm into personally, I'm into League at this moment
because you're winning.
But I wouldn't go that far. But I like League at this moment, and in a month I may not be playing League anymore, right? So for me personally, at least, it doesn't make sense, because I would make this argument about gacha, right? And you may totally disagree with me, so I'd like to hear your opinion. But I think personally, gacha gets on average about 10 to 20 posts a day, unless an update happens or something like that, right? I think personally that falls within the remit of Flavor of the Month. Now, I'm not going to remove the gacha channel. It exists. It'd be more hassle to remove it or whatever, and people are used to it, and there's probably people who don't want it in Flavor of the Month. That's fine. But I'm just saying, in my opinion,
the issue is now that we've gotten good at the gacha, it really slows down. There's no point in me bragging about every 5-star drop I get now because I already fucking have them.
That's a humble brag.
Yeah, I have 98% collection rate, and literally the only ones I'm missing are map grinds.
Yeah. I'm approaching. I say I'm approaching it. I'm still about Azalane has so many more ones than Girls Frontline, and I got into it later. But I think I'm approaching the 50% mark, which, considering there are a lot of event only there's basically event only exclusives every month or something. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
I have pretty much all of the non-event kills apart from the high tier map grinds, and then the there's an really autistic, you have to get 3 million experience and a bunch of resources to research certain girls. I don't have them because they're just so fucking hard to get, and I don't play that much. But basically any girl you can get in drops, I have, and all the map grinds for the first, 40% of the maps I have. So I'm pretty happy with how I'm doing so far. But actually, I don't know if I remember seeing something like this in Girls Frontline, but Azalane is doing a rerun sort of thing where you get tokens, and there's only one event on there at the moment, but they're going to be adding more events, and you can basically you get 2 tokens a day. You can't buy them, whatever. You just get 2 tokens a day, and each token lets you have 15 minutes. So that's enough for about 2 map runs, right? On an event. So you can play past events and just and grind like map girls and things like that. You
No.
can't do the gacha, of course, sadly, but
No, that's not. I mean, we've got like they put the events in. Like there are some events that have been put in, like where in the campaign section. So there's like chapter 7.5 and 5.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of the campaign. I remember seeing
so
that.
they've
And I
got
think
that,
it was
but you can't roll for like the unique equipment.
right.
So like some of the maps had like all of the 5-star limited drops that you used to be able to get, you can't. But
Yeah.
like let's say the Operation Cube event, you could get PSG1, ZP62, Z62. These names mean nothing to you, but they were limited drops on the map at the time.
Yeah.
But the important ones that were like 5 stars, the ones that everyone wanted, like OTS 14 and like 5.7, I think. You can't get those.
Rip. I'm just waiting. Okay, can I ask you to basically be a Google alert for me?
No.
And I'm going to anyway. So can you tell me when the next event happens or whatever that I can grind 5.7 for, please? Whenever it happens. I mean, no. Like just when it happens, can you just let me know?
No, it's not this event. What was the last event that you could do it in? Because I think there's been like 3 chances to get it now.
Yeah, no, I've missed chances. Like that's my big thing with Ghost Online is even with Azalane, this is the first time I'm actually going hard and actually anybody who plays Azalane will know like this is not an achievement, but this is like the first time I actually reached the second. You know, on like I guess on the equivalent like Cube Plus or whatever, it'd be like getting to the second state. You know what I mean? So doing second world. Sorry, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like this is the first time I actually reached the second world in Azure. I just don't play it, and I've never really done it in Ghost Online. So it's my fault that I've missed all this stuff. Absolutely, but
it's all your fault.
Yeah, but I really want 5.7 because I have a bunch of skins for her. So we need her. That's it. Oh yeah, but League.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing League. That's it. And TFT as well. I recently got into TFT.
The fuck is TFT?
It's League Team Fight Tactics. It's League Auto Chess.
If you remember that thing. I think I've seen Tempe or some shit talk about that one.
Yeah. Actually, recently in Flavor of the Month, it's been Sleepy. But yeah. I just like, what do you call it? Like, it scratches the same itch for me as the Hearthstone did. So I'm just kind of enjoying it in like that sense. But that's really. Oh, and I applied for a driver's license. I'm waiting for it.
The one thing I was supposed to say, speaking of like channels and shit, can you do what I fucking asked you to do all that time ago? Make a like a graveyard or an archive category. Like, you know how you've got like the general category, the meta category, the Minecraft category, the podcast category? Make like an archive one and put Secret Santa down there.
Wait, can everyone see Secret Santa?
Yeah. I hope.
I thought
or at least people with Secret Santa. You've removed writing permissions. But it just sits
okay.
there.
Right, no, here's the thing. I do have an archive category. Like, that exists. I thought, okay, right. So what can you see in meta?
Announcements in mod chat.
Well, you can see mod chat?
I can see the mod chat voice channel that's locked.
Right, but you can't see the text channel.
No.
Right, okay. So in meta, that's got the Discord awards on. And it's got, announcements and mod chat and shit. I thought Secret Santa was like that. Alright.
No.
Alright, yeah.
Well, I always wanted I wanted Secret Santa to remain visible, just not write in it and then be put in like a archive category.
I'll put it in meta then. Because that's what I've been using.
No, make an actual archive category. Meta makes no sense.
Why?
Just do what you're fucking
it's
told.
meta. It's Discord lore. That's meta. What? Like, again, it's like I don't want to make too many channels. I don't want to make too many categories.
Fucking do what you're told.
No. I'm rebelling against the system.
Fucking kids these days.
Okay, do you want bots? What's your opinion on bots?
Not really.
Alright. Because I don't see the point in bots. I'm not into
I see the point in bots, but all the points are shit.
Yeah. But like, in my opinion, I haven't received enough.
There's like 3 things you use a bot for. Reason number 1 is a hentai tag, or a hentai command, which means some fuckwit just sits in the porn channel for an hour, just going like Jelboru Hitler.
That sounds like you.
To find the... No, it's not me. It's everyone but me. This is literally the Cards Against Humanity of like porn. You know, it's normies thinking they're edgy or funny.
Right.
Like, oh, let's look for the porn of Hitler. Oh, look, it's him like holding fucking K-On! Characters' hands. How cute.
Base.
But I want to see him fucking a pig. I don't know. So that's the one of the choices that people do use bots for. The other one's a jukebox, and let's be honest, no one's in voice channel enough for a fucking jukebox.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one's together and wants to listen to the same music.
Yeah.
Except for maybe me and Pella, and we can just play War Thunder and listen to Dad Rock twice a week.
I mean, that's a lot. Gaming wise. I mean, I know you and Pally use it. I've tried to so I play League with Sleepy and shit sometimes, and I've tried to get them to, we can use the Discord one, but Sleepy just makes private channels. So, I mean, there is the issue, and okay, right. I'll say this because I'm probably I'll piss some people off, but they don't listen to the podcast. So
fuck them.
So fuck them, right? I hate it, right? Perhaps I think I'm guilty of this. I think I've done this once or twice, all right? But I hate it when I'm playing a game with somebody, and we're on, and then somebody joins and then just talks about their own shit. And like, I remember trying to play Rainbow Six with Sleepy, I think, and I was trying to get calls on where people were, and like, I can't. Right? I love the guy. I really do. He's great. He's funny.
You're going to mention 2 names right now.
Okay, right.
It's going to be Leo and Walkby.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, okay. Walkby's great. I love the guy.
Walkby's interesting to listen to, so he gets a pass.
Right? I mean, no, but here's the thing, right? Like, no, if I'm trying to focus, right, all he just talks all the time. And the thing is, he has a really nice voice, so I sometimes just get lost in it a bit. But, like...
That sounds really gay.
I don't care. I will say this, right? I will say this. Walkby has a beautiful voice, right? He has a beautiful voice. But fuck, man, I'm trying to play this fucking game, and I can't focus because you're talking. You're talking about some girl you met at an anime con. And it's like, all right, that's cool. But I'm trying to, play this game, right? Can you please just... Oh, Apex. There's actually Apex as well. And it was just... All right. And the other person... All right. And yes, I will give all my standard disclaimers. A, I really like Leo. B, he can speak English better than I can speak French or any foreign language. He's learning. I don't hold any of that against him, but not only does he do the same thing, but it takes him 2 or 3 tries to say it. It's just... I did snap at him once. I feel bad about it, but I was playing... I tried to be as polite as possible, but I just said, hey, Leo, we're actually really trying to focus here, so could you just, shut up for a little bit while we do this? Because it's like he's just talking about roller coasters and shit. He's just talking about roller coasters. I'm trying to play this game. So
it's
like
it's a weird sort of catch-22 maybe with Leo. I credit to him for trying to bring the server together and be social, but
absolutely, he does a lot of stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I never want to tell anybody to because the voice channel here isn't really used a lot. So I'm wanting it to be used, but at the same time, it's like, dude, we're playing a game here. We're here for the game. We're all trying to play this game, and you're just coming here and you're talking about shit. And I'm autistic, and I can't focus on two things at once. So can you just be quiet?
Well, that's my defense mechanism. Is I'm usually able to just drown them out in focusing on what I'm supposed to be focusing on.
You know, I have such a short attention span. You should know this by now. I can't.
You are a fish.
I am a goldfish. I am a midgie. Yes, I just can't.
It's a miracle that Misha hasn't eaten you yet.
She's tried. Fucking hell. But yeah, like, I mean, there's a couple of workarounds, but one of them would be making another channel and making it invite only, or making another, because I wouldn't want to turn the general voice channel into only join here if you are playing a game, don't talk if you're not playing game. But then I'd have to make it like a gaming voice channel, and is that going to be like, it's just, and then what if two groups of people want to play games at the same time? And what if it's never used, and then it's just another voice channel? So there's no real workaround. And again, I have to kind of say that no one's doing anything wrong. It's just not optimal.
You're not doing anything wrong. You're just not doing what I want.
Exactly. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just pissing me off. But
can we make a Warframe channel though?
Fuck off. I mean, right, that was one of the. I mean, there's so many problems with making a channel for a specific game. I mean, one of them it'll become the next war game channel. It'll be a bit of a joke and shit like that. And there's all the other reasons we've talked about. Like, unless everybody wanted one, and even then, I'd still not want one. I'd make it, but I still wouldn't want one. But I mean, I kind of felt. I mean, I've got to admit, I feel sorry for Lolly. Like, I don't know why he came at me so hard in like a public place, because I would assume like there's only one real reason you super ask for change, kind of more in a public place. I mean, it's either A, you want people to see, so you're being fair, or B, you have popular support. Like if I go out on the street and say
apathy was fucking real.
Yeah. I was being really, because I didn't want to, I was trying not to escalate. I was trying to keep it civil. I think the one confrontational thing I said was you're being needlessly confrontational when he was like saying like my ass and stuff. Like everything else, I was civil. I was whatever. And when it seemed to calm down, I was like, it's not middle school. It's not like we're not friends anymore. We can have a disagreement. It's fine. But yeah, I was kind of phrasing things open-ended, assuming that there's no reason he would come. Because he was going hard. Like, he was like, you gotta do this. You need to do this. I'm like, yeah, like, if I was on the street and I said, fuck the rich, like, eat the rich and all that, right?
And people would join me. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. But people would join me because it's popular, right? It's fairly popular at least. But if I was like, hunt the poor, no one's gonna fucking join in with me in that. It's just kind of shit like that. Like, I mean, I'm also more of a private, reserved person, I guess. In a bit that if I have an issue with somebody, I want to talk about it with them in DMs. I don't like airing dirty laundry or something like that. I'm a very and I know not everyone's like that. But yeah, like, he was going at me hard, and I was waiting for a couple of people to be like, oh yeah, we totally agree with him. And no one did. No one did. And so it's like, well, how do I handle? Because then he was saying like he's been publicly humiliated. I'm like, how do I handle this? Because no, you haven't. We had a disagreement.
Yeah, it's at moments like these that I'm very thankful that the entire prequel trilogy has all its quotes in like 1 second clips on YouTube, so that I can just be like, "You have done that yourself."
But yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, I like Lolly.
Yeah, he's a
He's
good
my
guy.
friend.
So it sends me stuff from Japan that I
Yeah.
keep in my closet and never look at.
That's the thing. I don't want him to feel like, you know, pissed off or that, you know, there's a huge disagreement or anything like that. But at the same time, I've got to get my side of the thing across. Like, okay, why I don't think this is a good idea. So, I mean, I can only speak through it from my lens. I think I gave a good account of myself. I think I was civil and shit. But yeah, at the end of it, and he let, you know, and it's like, well, shit, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to leave because we disagreed on something. Like, if anybody has an issue, you got to tell me.
You know what
like,
they say?
absolutely.
Friendly gains friendships. This is the price you fucking paid.
I guess.
Friendship with lowly ended 10 cent, my new best friend.
What does that even mean?
10 cent being like the big.
Yeah, I know it's league. Yeah.
Fucking.
I know.
Don't ask me to explain it, you fucking retard.
But yeah, like, it's hard. Like, okay, you know what? I'll say this, right? Since we've already talked about drama, I'll say this. Do you know how hard it is to babysit like 50 autists?
Yes.
Like, it's fucking difficult. I try my. I feel like people like, okay, people just call me lazy and shit, and that's true. I can't deny that. Yes, I should have added emotes ages ago and shit like that. And absolutely right. Fair enough.
On that note, all the new emotes suck.
Right. We'll get on that, right? Okay. Well, I just had things what people want. We've got like 80 emote slots. It's fine. But anyway, right? So there's so many people I have to like watch and I have to babysit. Okay, obviously babysit's a strong word, but like, you know, people get pissed off at like the smallest things. I have to be the medium. Now, I don't want to. I mean, this is going to be for the YouTubers, for the iDubbbz fans out here, right? I don't want to be like the 2016 content or 2017 content cop on Leafy, where Leafy just kept saying people's age, right? He's a 26-year-old man. He's a 32-year-old man, and he's doing this, right? I don't want to be like that, but at the same time, like, I'm comfortably in at least the bottom third of age. And when I'm having to persuade people like 5 years older than me to like calm down and come back, or don't come back, it's fine, but you know, chill out, right? And shit like that when they're having like an autistic meltdown. It's like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I having to do this? You know? And I obviously get why. I'm not trying to be all woe is me. Oh, it's, you know, the burden of leadership is a strong one, because whatever. But I try and do the best. And like, okay, Kibo can't say anything bad about Momoko. Can't even joke about that, right? Because he's gonna fly off the rails. Right? Lolly can't do anything. Well, clearly League, right? And he, you know, despite the fact I love the guy, and we've had so many interesting conversations, and we've spoken or whatever. Based on this one thing, he probably thinks I hate him. Well, I clearly don't, and I told him that, but he hasn't talked to me since he's came back. Remember when this server was made and it was just supposed to be a comfy place? It's just supposed to be comfy. But at the end of the day, I really like it. I like it, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, my life is so hard, but it's just like, it's not as easy as, I just don't do anything. And I just log in and talk for a bit and then leave. Like,
I've got to be careful. You had a moderator.
That's the thing. Like, it's not shit like that. No. I get it, right? I get what you're saying, right? But it's not shit like that because everybody on the whole is like well behaved in that sense. We don't have, issue. It's not issues like that, but it's issues of just people not communicating and people just like. I really don't like. I have to say this. I feel like shit when I have to talk to somebody who I look at most of the people on the Discord as God, I was gonna say something like older brother, that's way too whatever. But like as elder people I can get advice from, right? Like, if I have a question about university and stuff, well, I've been in a bunch of older people have.
Come.
Yeah, or something like that.
And you'll come back with 5 answers just saying salty milk and coins.
I'm trying to make a serious point here, dude. Right? Do you want me to have serious points about drama, or do you want to talk about salty milk and coins? We can talk about either, but if this is the case, I'm not gonna air because I'm already. See, here's the thing: just by talking about this, I'm gonna have people messaging me. I've probably pissed some like 1 or 2 people off, and this isn't meant as a personal thing on anyone. Like, I get it. People have shit going on in their lives. And this is Discord. It's not serious fucking business. I'm just saying that personally.
It's all fun and games until we start hunting down the pedophiles.
Right. All I'm saying is like, I see a lot of these people as maturer than me, and older than me, and then when I have to like try and coax people to come back, or just have to like bite my pride and shit, and just wait. And just hope that they'll come back and shit like that, and they're not talking to me, and it's just like, well, how can I manage this, right? It's and then there's all the like that's just the big stuff that's happened over the past few months. There's lots of tiny little things, it's why can't people just be like me? Why can't everyone just like the things that... Why do people have to be 3-dimensional complex human beings? Is essentially what this is about. Why can't they all just be autists in my style? And then I can understand people. Alright, thank you for listening to my rant.
In a perfect world, men like me wouldn't exist. But this is not a perfect world.